Okay, so we got our Paul Rubens pastels, soft pastels out here. And I picked some colors. And we're just going to start drawing on the gel plate. These are really soft, so they make it really easy to make marks on the gel plate. Now, the marks are not terribly varied, but we can fix that by using some stencils and things like that. You can go on the side and get some fun marks too. So basically what we're going to do is try to make some transparent collage papers with rice paper, and then we will make a piece with that. Tried this the other day and it came out really well, so I thought I would share with you all. Now, your marks are going to depend on what you like to make. As you all know, I like lines, and we can really build up these layers. I would probably stick with just a few colors. I wouldn't do too many because you're going to have, these are going to be collage paper, so you're going to have other colors on your work as well. And I'm not trying to make a landscape here, although it's kind of appearing that way. Because I'm going to cut these up into smaller pieces. So this is kind of just the way to do that. So one of the other things that we can do is take a stencil, and we can also take our strainer and grate some pastels over, and then sort of squish it through the stencil. And that's going to give us some really cool marks. I think I'll do some black marks as well, because I really like black marks. I also like when it's just a little faded, so it's not all perfect. Those are fun. This is one of my new favorites, and both of these stencils come in the same pack, and I'll leave a link to them on Amazon. I just found, I had one similar to this and it had been discontinued, but then I found this one and now I can share it with you all. Okay, those are fun. Let's put some of these down here, actually. I'm not sure what the limit is as far as being able to print over, like if I put too many layers on. So we're going to find out together. This is a fun way to add some texture to your work. And it also, the best part is that if you use the stencils on the jelly plate, we're going to lift it with acrylic medium. So it's already going to be sealed in, so you don't have to worry about them smearing and getting everywhere. And the dust, as you can see, there's a little bit of dust. I'm not going to lie. But it's much less than it would be if we were using stencils on paper. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is put down some matte medium or acrylic medium. I'm using matte medium. We are going to brayer this out. Now, you don't want so much that it's going to be going everywhere. This is maybe too much, I think. So I'm gonna brayer off this piece a little bit. You want a nice sheen. And if we go over it too much, you're going to lift some of the pastels off. So don't do that. Okay. Then we're going to use, this is Usugami paper. It is a Japanese art paper, lightly sized for ink, watercolor, collage, and printmaking. So the only downside is it's not acid-free. We're going to use the textured side here. So I found that works best. And we're just going to put this down like so. And once we get it all smoothed out, we're going to leave it for 10 minutes. Now, you have to leave it for 10 minutes. I know, I'm impatient too, but we have to leave it for 10 minutes, let it dry, and then we can pull it up, and hopefully we'll get a pretty good print. If we pull it too early, the paper's going to still be damp, and it's going to rip. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Let's peel this up slowly and see what we get. Now, this paper is pretty strong. You can see that it's sort of, you can see the paper fibers. That's what you want it to look like. If you can still see dark spots, you're going to want to wait. like if it looks wet. And you can also feel it. It should feel a little bit dry to the touch. And you want to peel slowly. But this is coming up nicely. So we just need some light pressure, and you can see how strong this paper is. I like holding down the jelly plate a little bit to kind of give it a little bit more, and it comes off easier the more you get across the page. So just keep some pressure on it. It will take some time, but you will get there. And you can see we've got a lot of some ghosties there on the jelly plate, but that's not going to be a worry. All right. And there we have our paper. And there you can see nothing's coming off. It's completely sealed and ready for collage. Now, as far as this goes, I'm just going to put some baby oil on there. And we'll just rub that in and it will come right off. It says scrub it with a paper towel. And it shouldn't stain your plate. Now, it depends on kind of, I guess, what kind of plate you have. This is the Gel Arts plate, so I know that it's going to come off. I've had this plate for almost 3 years, and it has stayed relatively clean and non-yellowing. So we've got the hot press Paul Rubens watercolor paper laid down here. I'm going to use this Deco Color big black marker, and we're just going to make some marks for our page. Not a lot, just some fun marks to get started. And for this part, we're going to be using our Light Wish 72 color set that the lovely people at Light Wish sent me. If you haven't seen this set, it is full of colors and fabulous. You can see all the colors. Lots of blues, lots of neutrals. It's $45 for 72, which works out to about $1.60 a stick. You can see I've already broken up some of them. I'm going to use this one. This is why I got this out. So I'm going to start off with this like purple color. I'm just going to get in there and make some marks. And I'm going to add a little bit of some clear gesso, and we're just going to smudge it. One of my favorite ways to use soft pastels. No, it's not really a traditional way of using it, but look at those marks that you get. Come back with this brown. I kind of want some contrasting marks from what we did on the paper. I don't want them to all be the same. And once we do the clear gesso on top, we're also sealing in these pastels nicely so that they're not going to lift up. Ooh, that's a fun color. I like this sort of purple and brown color together. I think it's going to look really cool with the orange colors on top. And then we probably need to do something up here. Let's do this sort of lighty purple color. Mixed with some blue. Maybe some white. Not really thinking too much about what I'm making here. It's really just kind of putting down colors. And then we're going to see where that leads us. Hopefully in a good place. But, of course, there's always the, the messy middle that we will have to contend with, which is every project ever. So, I think I like what we've got going on here. I like that sky. Okay. Okay, those layers are all sealed in. Nothing's lifting up. So now let's rip up our paper here. I'm just going to rip some of it and see what we get. Start there, I think. Sort of like that shape. This paper is really easy to tear as well. It tears in pretty much every direction. It tears better if it's wet, too. I'm thinking I like this piece right here. I do like that black part there, but I don't think that's gonna, we have to put that somewhere else. Okay. Okay, we're gonna just put down some acrylic medium here on the back. And then we're just gonna, you don't have to wet this or anything. But you want quite a bit of the clear gesso. I'm sorry, acrylic medium. That's almost too blendy. You can see that it blended in really nicely. And that's kind of cool. I think we need more of that orange. So cut another piece of paper. I'm just going to lay this one down. And it just gets so transparent. It's amazing. Okay, let's add a little bit more of this purple color through here. See what happens when we go over it with over the collage. I kind of want them to blend in a little bit more. I don't hate that. That looks pretty cool. Let's just put some of this orange in here. Now, since we've used the clear gesso, we have a nice layer for our soft pastels to get on. Which we can blend. It's really got a nice texture to it now. But we're definitely going to have to fix it. If you put soft pastels on top, you're definitely going to have to fix it. I'm going to add a bit of this sort of off yellow through here. Can you hear the difference in the mark making? That's the clear gesso doing its thing. Let's put a little bit of this orange color coming through here. So we don't just have orange in one spot. I'm going to also put a little bit over here. I'm going to come back in with my Artorama Jumbo Jet Black. I just want this mark to be over this color and to add just some more dynamic marks through here. I kind of like it, but I didn't like that that was covering it up, and it kind of pushes that collage back a little bit. Let's add a bit of white through here. Kind of feel like it needs some texture, maybe. So dusty. Okay. I feel like this might be done. Let's look at it with a mat. Okay, so here it is with a mat. I really like the black, big, bold black marker marks. I like the pastel collage, really subtle. Love how that paper just blends in. I kind of wish I would have used like maybe a slightly less dark color for the background to put it over. It probably would have shown through a little bit more, but that's okay. I still like it. Love these marks through here, the scratchy marks. I think this guy turned out well. I think it's bold. I think it's got a lot of energy to it. Simple. I like how we can add different textures with papers and the jelly plate. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you're going to try. If you'll try using pastels on the jelly plate, or if you're going to try making your own papers. Yeah, that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you next week with another video. Let me know in the comments what the next video should be about. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to make now, but we will get there together. Thanks so much. Bye.